Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, how are you today? I hope you are always happy and doing everything well. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Annisa Pramesti. My ID number is 130-162-1039. I'm a college student at the State University of Jakarta in major mathematics education. And in this video, we will learn together about prime number. I think everyone is familiar with the prime number because since we were in elementary school, we have learned about the prime number. And prime number is so commonly used in many mathematics materials. So, before we get started, as you can see some random numbers on the screen, can you mention which are the prime number? If you need to several times, you can pause the video. Are you sure about your answer? Okay, let's check it. If your answer is 5, 3, 17, 2, and 29, you are right. And now, can you tell the reason why that number is called prime number? Okay, to answer this question, we must know the definition of prime number before. So, on this slide, we can see the definition of prime number. A prime number is a whole number greater than 1 whose only factors are 1 and itself. Then, for numbers other than prime numbers, it is called a composite number. Composite numbers is a numbers that have more than 2 factors. So, if we have the number from 1 to 10, we can know that the prime numbers are 2, 3, 5, and 7. And the composite numbers are 4, 6, 8, 9, and 10. But how about 1? 1 is a very special number. The number 1 is neither prime nor composite. It is because the number 1 has only one factor. The number 1 can only be divided by 1 itself. That's why from the random number before, the numbers 2, 3, 5, 17, and 29 are the prime number. Because the number 2 is greater than 1 and only has 2 factors, 1 and 2. The number 3 is greater than 1 and only has 2 factors, 1 and 3. Likewise for the numbers 5, 17, and 29. While the numbers 8, 12, 24, 16, 4, 21, 6, 26, 14, and 9 are composite number. Because the number 4 has 3 factors, 1, 2, and 4. The number 12 has 6 factors, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. The number 24 has 8 factors, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, and 24. Likewise for the numbers 16, 4, 21, 6, 26, 14, and 9. They also have more than 2 factors. After knowing about what prime numbers are, let's increase our knowledge by studying what is the prime factorization, because this skill will be very useful in solving some math problems. So, what is prime factorization? Prime factorization is finding which prime numbers multiply together to make the original number. There are various methods for the prime factorization of a number, but the most common methods that are used for prime factorization are prime factorization using factor tree method and using division method. To make it easier to understand, let's start with an example. Do the prime factorization of 54. First step, use the smallest prime number that can divide the number 54. We can go with 2, because 2 is the smallest prime number. And if 54 is divided by 2, then the quotient is 27. Because 27 is still a composite number, so we continue it. Use the smallest prime number that can divide the number 27. We use number 3. If 27 is divided by 3, then the quotient is 9. 9 is still a composite number, so we use the smallest prime number that can divide the number 9. It is 3. If 9 is divided by 3, then the quotient is 3. Now, 3 is a prime number. So our path ends there. So we get the answer prime factorization of 54 is equals to 2 times 3 times 3 times 3. Or we can write it as 2 times 3 to the third by using exponent. The second way is the division method. Here we use the same questions to make sure that the answer will be the same. The working principle is the same as the factor tree method. The difference is here. In the division method, the result or the last remaining number must be 1. So if 3 is divided by 3, then the quotient is 1. So we get the answer. Prime factorization of 54 is equals to 2 times 3 times 3 times 3. Or we can write it as 2 times 3 to the third by using exponent. It will give the same answer as the factor tree method. We already know about prime numbers and prime factorization. Now, to level up your knowledge, we will learn about two of the many uses of prime factorization. The prime factorization can be used to find the greatest common factor and least common multiple. So, what is the greatest common factor? The greatest common factor is the highest number that divides exactly into two or more numbers. It is simply the largest of the common factors. So, how to find the greatest common factor? There are three methods for finding the greatest common factor of two numbers. List all of the factors, prime factorization, and division method. But in this video, we are only trying it with list all of the factors and using the prime factorization method. We have a problem like this. Find the GFC or greatest common factor of 48 and 60. Step 1. Find all factors of both numbers 48 and 60. You could list all of the factors, not prime factors, just regular factors of 48 and 60. Step 2. Find the common factors that are in both lists. Notice that 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12 appear in both lists. So the common factors of 48 and 60 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Step 3. Choose the largest of the common factors. So it is going to be 12. And now we get the greatest common factors of 48 and 60. It is equals to 12. For this technique, you can just make the prime factorization of 48 and 60. You can use the factor tree method like this or use another method. And then you can write the prime factorization of 48 and 60. The greatest common factor is the factors that are in common in all lists. 2 is in each of the two lists, 2 separate times. 3 is also in each of the two lists. So therefore, the greatest common factor is 2 times 2 times 3 is equals to 12. The last thing is about the least common multiple. Least common multiple is the smallest positive number that is a multiple of 2 or more numbers. Problem with events that occur on select schedules can be solved using the LCM. LCM numbers can be calculated using various methods. There are three methods to find the least common multiple of two numbers. LCM by listing method, LCM using prime factorization, and LCM using division method. Find the LCM of 24 and 36. Step 1. Multiply the number with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. but not 0. Step 2. Find the common multiples that are found in both lists. So there are 72 and 144. Step 3. Find the smallest of the common multiples, that is 72. Therefore, the least common multiple of 24 and 36 is 72. With the same problems, we will use the prime factorization method. Just make the prime factorization of 24 and 36. You can use the factor tree method like this or use another method. And then you can write the prime factorization of 24 and 36. The most number of 2 in 24 is 2 to the third. The most number of 2 in 36 is 2 squared. So, we use it in LCM, 2 to the third. The most number of 3 in any number is 3 squared. Therefore, the least common multiple of 24 and 36 is 2 to the third times 3 squared is equals to 72. Okay, that's all for this video. I hope it will help you to understand prime number, prime factorization, greatest common factor, and the least common multiple. Don't give up and keep studying. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.